This problem is asking us to plot a course on a sectional that we need to fly between two airports. So first I'm going to review the formula to get to magnetic heading and compass heading. So we start with the true course, which is the course based on true north between our two airports. And we'll use lines of longitude to determine that heading. Then we have to adjust for wind in order to get the true heading. The true heading is again based on true north. In order to get to magnetic north, we have to adjust for magnetic variation. This is the difference between true north and magnetic north. In order to do this, we're going to use the mnemonic device, east is least, west is best. So we subtract easterly variation and we add west variation, and that gives us our magnetic heading. Here now we are based on magnetic north instead of true north. We also need to consider electromagnetic fields that could impact the compass in the aircraft, and so we also have to look at a separate compass deviation chart in order to get compass heading. When you work these problems, make sure and determine whether the question is asking for magnetic heading or compass heading. If it asks for compass heading, don't forget that there will be an additional chart provided in order to get to compass heading. If you skip this step, you'll get the wrong answer. A lot of the problems on the written, though, will have you stop at magnetic heading instead of going all the way through to compass heading. And we'll work problems for each of these. So to start out with, what I like to do is I like to draw a line between the two airports that we're flying to. So in this case, we are flying from Dallas Executive up to Fort Worth. So the first thing I do is, after I draw this true course, is I like to kind of estimate what that heading is going to be, just so I get an idea and I can compare it to what I figure out with the plotter. So I'm going to go ahead and just estimate that we have, it's about 290 degrees estimate. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to draw the line of longitude, just highlight it, that I'm going to use to lay the plotter down. So when I lay the plotter down, I'm going to line it up directly with the course that I've drawn, and I'm going to put the center where these two lines intersect. So I'm going to lay the plotter on the course and center it where the line of longitude intersects that course. So here I've now got the airports lined up on the edge of the plotter line, and I've got it centered on the line of longitude. Now I can come up and read off the degrees here what heading the true course is. So here's 270, here's 280, 285, 286, 287, about 288 right here. So 288 degrees is going to be the true course. So pretty close. I'm going to confirm that with my ballpark estimate. So we have true course equals 288 degrees. Now we need to adjust for the wind. So I'm going to go over to the E6B, and I'm going to go into the headings and ground speed function. First one, I'm going to enter the winds. Winds are 30 at 10 knots. Our course is 288, and airspeed is 135 knots. And you'll notice this gives us two pieces of information. It gives us a heading, but it also gives us ground speed. So just remember that this function will give you both if you have a course and wind information. We're not using ground speed in this problem, but I like to write it down anyway, just in case I might need it later on in the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Ground speed, 136.7. And now, after adjusting, so the E6B is doing the wind correction for us, and now it's given us a true heading of 292. After we have true heading, we need to adjust for magnetic variance. So east is least, west is best. This problem gives us the information that 7 degrees east is the variance. You may also have to go down to your sectional and find these magenta dashed lines, and somewhere along the magenta dashed line you'll see in red or magenta this type of information here where it says 7 degrees east, or it could say 5 degrees west, 3 degrees west. You'll just have to find that number along the dotted magenta line, and that is what you would use for the correction. So in this case, we're given 7 degrees east. So minus 7 degrees. $285. And we can see after adjusting for variance, that gives us our magnetic heading. Keep in mind though that this number here, 292, will be one of the answers that is available on the written. If you stop at this point and you do not adjust for magnetic variation, you won't be able to get to the right answer. So make sure you can go through all the steps that you need to, and don't stop just because you see the answer is an option. Make sure you go all the way through adjusting for magnetic variation. And if you are asked for compass heading, they will give you a compass deviation correction chart also.